Various.
Welcome to the basement. Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the basement. I'm Lolo.
We just realized we got into the show without getting into the show. That's what that was about. I'm Jose. What's going on, guys?
So, like you were saying, I said I wanted to have some chickens.
So I was like, some baka chickens.
Yeah, and I was like, basically, I want to have chickens like I have eggs, and they can eat the bugs in the garden. You know, Jose said.
I was like, well, they would be helpful in the zombie apocalypse, but then I was like, they make noise.
And then my thought process was, we're assuming that the zombies want chickens.
So my rebuttal is, they're zombies, bro. They want anything.
Do you think they want any animal? Doesn't even matter.
Well, first of all, zombies started with only wanting brains.
Yeah.
Right? It was nothing but just brains. Right? I don't know why that guy decided brains was it, but when you look at modern zombies now, it's just it's the idea it's an infection that spreads on like rabies.
Yeah.
So they're just hungry. So now you see shows like The Walking Dead. Nigga, they're eating cows. They're eating anything that comes in its way.
I stopped watching The Walking Dead after the first season.
Wow. Well, are you planning to ever go into it?
The Walking Dead? Nah, I don't think so.
It got really good when there was this one episode where it was like the end of the season, and one of the guys got caught, and
Got caught by zombies?
got caught by an enemy tribe. And
that's exactly how I expected it to go down. Tribes.
It's all it's all tribes towards the end.
And
like
you know
the
what?
last
You know what else
season?
I expect too? Another thing too. I expected the tribes to break down by race. That's what I expect to happen.
There's a lesbian tribe.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's sort of.
that qualifies. Hey.
You got like something huge. Damn, you need to look at the mirror on your phone or something now. You see it?
No.
On the side of your cheek right there. Yeah, right over there. Damn, you gotta look in the mirror.
Damn, son.
Just take your phone out, nigga. Use the camera.
I'm trying. Let me get there.
So, Jesus Christ, were you eating brains this morning?
Nah, I made freaking. I was
see it?
I was being a zombie. No, I still don't see it.
All right. So,
Oh. Damn, nigga.
So zombies would eat anything, not just brains, any animal. Now, do those animals turn into zombies? Does the disease cross species? Because normally diseases don't.
No, I don't think it does. I don't remember. No, I don't think
And
so.
that's what makes those quote unquote those crazy diseases that come out every once in a while. That's what makes them so crazy. The fact that they jump species, like the bird flu, the swine flu, because they're from a different species and they cross over to us, which is rare. And when that happens, we have no defense because our bodies are not used to it. It's a totally different.
Well, it definitely doesn't cross over in the show, but there was one instance where I thought it was good and they were getting more realistic with the whole zombie genre. Was when one of the tribes was talking to one of this tribe that captured one of the guys, was talking to them like, oh, we're gonna get the rest of you guys and we're gonna make sure you're all part of our delicious planet. Well, some of the narrative. He's eating meat, and then they zoom out, and they're cutting his leg while he's alive and cooking it and eating it.
Oh,
they're eating. They're cannibals, whatever they're called. And I was just like, this is awesome. The guy's
so they
sitting
become
there.
living zombies, basically. They're like, we eat the same thing. I mean, what they can eat, right?
What else is there? They're gone, right? You would imagine all the chickens are gone.
Because they make it too much damn noise and they're
Because they
slow.
make it too damn noise and they're slow.
And we have more stamina than chickens.
Way more stamina than chickens.
Do you know that that's what sets humans apart? We have the most stamina.
Of any animal in the kingdom.
I think so, yeah.
I mean, unless you put us
Most
in an
predators,
element.
at least.
Well, that's true I believe that would make sense for land-based animals,
Yeah.
right?
But they say that because
Put
we
us
sweat.
in the ocean, we are not the dominant one.
They say because we sweat. The sweating is what gives us the stamina. That other animals don't sweat. They pant. You know, they stick out their tongue. That's what they do. That's how they regain stamina. But we sweat. We cool ourselves down with sweat. We don't have to cool down.
Where did you hear this from, bro?
Nigga, I watched the Discovery Channel. Well, not Discovery Channel, but YouTube. The teacher of our century. YouTube.
The Gran Sensei.
My God, YouTube is the best thing for learning. You saw that thing on Reddit with the girl? Her washing machine broke. I think it was I think her husband tried to fix it and gave up. I don't remember. I'm trying to. I think I might be mixing two different stories together. But the husband tried either a car or a washing machine, and her husband gave up. He's like, I can't fix it. Whatever. So she needed it. So she's like, screw it. So she YouTubed it. She Googled it, found the video on YouTube how to fix it. She fixed it herself. And I was like, sweet.
She did it.
She did it. The husband must have felt like that.
He must have. Exactly.
I'm a weak man. But is that sexist to think like that?
Is it sexist to think like that?
That the man.
Then it should have been the man?
Yeah. Not that it should have been the man, but I guess it's usually the man, so he feels a certain way because that's the.
Do you think he feels a certain way?
I wouldn't. I'd be like,
how would you have? Okay, yeah.
I would be like, how'd you did it? Show me.
First of all, show me, so I don't have to spend, 3 or 4 minutes watching commercials and ads and stuff just to get to the source. But I wouldn't get mad either. I would be like, thank God she did it. I didn't have to.
I don't freaking get my hands dirty. Jeez.
Ooh-wee. Hopefully she doesn't make me actually do the laundry now that she fixed it.
Oh, then it switches.
It switches up.
I do laundry anyway. I do the cleaning, the laundry. I don't cook. I'm so horrible at cooking. I try. I made burgers.
I saw that.
I can make a few things. There's a few things.
I see. So far as when I go to your house, what I've seen on the menu is empanadas.
I could do that.
I've seen like those potato. You put me on to the pierogies.
Pierogies, yeah. But that's not
like
cooking.
that's like heating up stuff, right? Anything that you have to heat up, he got it. He got you.
I can do heating up.
And yeah, the burgers.
And that's how she cooks everything, and then she puts it to the side. She's like, just heat this up. That's usually how it goes down. And all I gotta do is heat it up. Except it's like, heat this up, but you gotta bake this fresh, like chicken or something. Just throw it in the oven, leave it for an hour, and you're good.
So what is it about cooking that you don't? Because I have a feeling, but what is it about cooking that you don't get?
Not that I don't get it, just not that interests me at all. I don't even care for it. Like, you could teach me how to cook something, and by the end of the week, I forgot already how to do it.
Is it? I don't think it's. In my opinion, I don't think it's because you don't care.
I just don't like doing it.
Yeah, you just don't want to do it at all.
It doesn't interest me. It's like, oh yeah, like you remember later on, you're like, oh yeah, I did cook that one time. I just don't remember how. Like, literally every single time I got to bake chicken, I have to Google how long and how hot. I should know by now. I've done it 1,000 times. Every time I have to look it up. Because it's one of the people in my mind erase that off the whiteboard when I'm done thinking about it. Like,
so
nope, you don't need that.
In that same frame of thought, right? Do you think that that's why we are as we are?
Like separated between male and female like that? Like different roles?
Yeah. Do you think it is a sex? It is a difference between the sex, or is it just that particular generation, that particular culture?
I just think it's innate in our humanity. Like they did tests with children and monkeys,
right?
Which is weird. But if you take a toy car and a toy doll and you give it to a monkey, depending if it's male or female, they're gonna go towards different things. The female will always go towards the doll. The male will always go towards the truck. Always Like not always, but like the majority. You know,
the female will go towards what?
The doll.
Oh,
they've done it with children and they've done it with monkeys, and monkeys have done the same thing. They're attracted to whatever, and it's not like you're not telling me that the freaking culture taught the female monkey that she has to play with dolls. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the I don't know what I was watching, but they were making the argument that little girls are more tomboyish now.
Yeah.
And one of the arguments is that, I think one of the arguments that sort of made sense to me was that look how much entertaining or cool boys' toys are.
Yeah, for sure.
Than girls, right? Think about just the difference in categories. You have cars, you have building things, you have flying things, you have things that you create, sports, balls, guns. There's so many different categories, whereas for girls it's the dollhouse, tea time, dolls.
Okay, let's go through each one. Dolls. You have dolls for boys technically, but they're not called dolls. They're called action figures, right? Because they play with them exactly the same way girls play with dolls.
Do they?
Well, like, making believe. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So they both have that the same.
They're role playing
They're role-playing
characteristics.
characters, yeah.
Okay.
Where they diverge, I think, is what they're role playing about.
Right. So one is making her pretty. She's a mommy. She's taking care of the family.
Yeah.
The other one is fighting the other one.
Probably, yeah, fighting the other
wrestling.
And it's weird because the
Superpowers.
boys don't play like, all right, I'm a mechanic and that's my day job and I'm just gonna be a mechanic all day. They don't. That's not the game they play. It's always some fighting war stuff.
Right. Or heroes and villains.
Always, yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
and I'm just thinking on the fly right now. I'm not. I don't have
We're
a
not.
thesis.
We're never prepared. I think they know that by now.
We didn't prepare any of this right now. It's just off the cuff. So what is it about boys that they want to play those war games? Almost all the toys are war type, fighting, battle, competition type. Girls are not like that. They don't have a competition aspect to them. Right? If anything, you get two girls to play with dolls and they're working together as a family.
Look, your baby's pretty. My baby's too. How old is your baby?
Yeah.
What's the name of your baby?
And boys are like, all right, look, this is your crew. This is my crew.
Lord Zod
Yeah.
about to destroy the kingdom of whatever.
Go ahead. No.
Yeah, no, you got into it. That's so okay. Go ahead.
No,
Wait,
I'm just throwing it out there. Like,
You're
what
just
is it about? I'm just figuring. Like I said, I'm figuring this out as I'm talking right now. I'm trying to figure this.
Keyword had to go.
I have to move my hands.
So it.
But also, cars are not limited to boys because women drive cars too. So that's something that they share, but boys are more attracted to than girls. Right? Toy cars. A boy, when he grows up, is going to drive a car. So this kind of fits in with him. But a girl also, when she grows up, she's going to wind up driving a car. So why isn't she attracted to cars too? I mean, technically guns too. Boys are not the only ones that have guns. Women have. In fact, women should more likely have a gun. Should. They don't.
Why would you say that?
Just because it's like a equalizer when it comes down to problems. Like if I'm a man and I see another man and we fighting, it's sort of like we're kind of almost within the same range of fighting.
Oh, you're like trying to level the how is that leveling the playing field with a man and a female?
Okay, if I fight a female, more than likely I'm stronger than her. You know what I'm saying? More than likely I'm gonna overpower her, however way, right? But if you give her a gun, it equalizes the playing field.
I don't know, nigga. You stronger than a gun? You stronger than a bullet?
Hell no.
That's
what I'm
leveling
saying.
it out?
But what I mean by that is now the incentive for me attacking her goes down. Now I need to just stay away from her. Don't attack that woman. So it makes it safer for her. So in my perspective, females should be the Second Amendment right activists should almost all be females. Should be. Of course they're not going to be because they're indoctrinated by society. But logically thinking, as a female, you should want some sort of defense against the biggest monster around.
I'm not going to comment.
Especially because if you're a mother, just like a man, if you're a father, you should want to protect. Like, okay,
right.
So yesterday I went to what's the name of this place? Sesame Place again with my kids, right? They were going on the rides and stuff, and they wanted me to go to. So one of my kids were going to go to a roller coaster, and it was like either between me and my wife had to get on, and the other one have to stay with the baby. And I don't know why in my head I was like, no, you go ahead, I'll stay with the baby. And in my head I'm like, that's kind of dangerous. I don't want to get on that ride. I know it's safe. I know it. I know it's 100% safe. Not 100%, but it's like very safe. I know that. But in my head I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna, worst case scenario, I'd rather be the one. I'd rather survive this one.
I'll sit this one out.
I gotta take care of these kids.
I'll sit this one out.
Yeah. Yeah, but okay, so in my opinion, women should be all for any sort of defense. You know what I'm saying? You defend the, guns. They should be for guns. They should be for pepper spray. I bought my wife pepper spray and like these sort of brass knuckles, right? Because if she takes the train or whatever. I mean, she drives now, so it's really unnecessary, quote unquote necessary, because it's easier for her. But still, she still has it. And if I could, I would give her a gun, 100%.
If you could.
If I could. If it was okay to give her a gun, I would. If it was legal, if I had it legally and she could carry it legally, 100%. I'd be like, you need to carry this little gun. I'll get a little pistol. All you need is like 2 or 3 bullets, really, to fight off an attacker, one attacker. But if you're getting jumped, like if you live in London, you might want to have a bigger magazine. Because they got gangs out there raping people,
You word.
Yeah.
You definitely.
It wasn't like that before. I wonder what's changed.
What do you think? Say it. Let us
Of
know.
course, they have people with different cultural ideologies that come in there. You know, not all cultures are the same. Some cultures are better than others. I know we want to be like, oh, yeah, equality for all, and no, it's definitely not. You definitely have cultures that are definitely better than others especially for certain classes. Like if you're a female, you'd rather be born in America than Saudi Arabia. Especially if you're gay, you'd rather be born in whatever America or Canada than in whatever Iran or whatever, right? So you can't tell me that some cultures are not better than others when definitely some classes are better protected in other cultures, right?
Would you care to name a few, sir?
I think a lot of the Muslim cultures are not safe for women and gays for sure. I don't know if you would say that culture is safe for children. I don't think it has anything to do. That would have to be more not with culture, but more with region. Like that area of the world is very warlike and third world. So it's probably safer for a child to be born in America. That has nothing to do with the culture, though. That's more to do with region. America's more prosperous, so it's better for a kid to be born here. Right?
Okay.
Whether or not we believe what they believe, it doesn't even matter. It's more about. See, the one I got her wasn't like this. The one I got her looked like a cat face, with the ears were pointy. It was literally a brass knuckle for like 2 fingers.
So this is like an electric thing.
Yeah.
Whack. I'm looking at this actually, and it's basically a prong.
Yeah, yeah.
You're jogging, it's a ring, and
Yeah, but look at the way you punch, though. That's not how you naturally punch. Right? You don't punch like this. You punch straight. It will have to come out the knuckle. I'd rather point straight forward. Right?
I think that regardless, you're piercing.
You could definitely use that for sure. And I don't know, but I wouldn't make it pink. I would make it black.
Well, it's
because
not
when you're
meant for
jogging, but when you're jogging, you don't freaking advertise on your finger. Look at this pink, this freaking bright pink thing on my hand. What is that?
I guess that's true. Maybe they were trying to match her shirt.
Maybe, or maybe because it's advertised a female, they use pink. How sexist of them.
Maybe they were trying to do cancer double up.
Oh, maybe. Is it Cancer Month? What month is Cancer Month?
I don't know.
It's February or something like that? I don't remember.
I thought it was a warmer weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean...
I want to get something like this.
What is this?
It's like a pepper spray and a freaking brass knuckle thing.
Ooh.
Like I said, if it was up to me...
What's a stun gun?
I'd get a
spray,
gun.
and a flashlight. Self-defense.
Yeah. I'm not anti-gun at all. I'm not pro it. I mean, I guess I am pro it. Just not to the extreme that some people are. I see its usefulness. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying we should have any guns, but I'm also not saying we should have any gun. We don't want to walk around with a bazooka, right? So there has to be some limits.
Can you imagine that? Yo, what up?
Yeah, just niggas have bazookas in
get some milk.
You know how it is out there. Niggas got tanks. So I understand there's some things that, I don't know, because in a city it's inappropriate to have a bazooka. But if you're in the middle of America and you have a tank in your freaking barn, then it's kind of like, well, whatever. You have so much area, you can do whatever you want. But in an apartment building, you don't have a bazooka, right? Doesn't make any sense. You heard somebody yelling out there?
No, I just hear the noise, right?
It's because of all the fire department and stuff down the block, probably.
I feel like there's an engine on.
It has to be the fire trucks. It's right down the block, bro. This mad fire truck. I took a picture of it.
Of their...
Just...
Is it close to the gas station?
Is it close to the gas station? It is the next block down from the gas station.
Oh.
No, it's not that close. It's not close enough that you should be able to hear it. They close on the whole street, though. This double wide.
Oh, I know what I'm hearing. I'm hearing the AC from the next window, from the next room.
Probably, yeah. I don't think the people can hear it, though.
So you heard about this story?
No, what's this?
So this came out. I think I'm just gonna...
To make sure it's not too loud.
Word. Let me bring it down a little bit. Anyways, so basically,
Can the audience? What if? What? She ballin'. I get it. It's a joke, but nah, she gotta pay.
so I'm not gonna force everyone to watch it. 'Cause if you heard about it, you have.
I didn't
If
hear
not,
about this.
check out the notes.
That's insane.
So that's gonna be your homework. You'll be one of the audience members here. So basically, you saw what happened.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. The question here is, should her friend be charged?
I think that's between the police and them. I think her friend should pay.
Pay what?
Suffering. For sure. If the medical bills are covered, because sometimes, whatever, they pay. Medicaid, whatever. Right? If her parents got to pay for those medical bills, that girl should have to pay for that. But she should also have to pay her for all the suffering. Punctured lungs,
And
broken ribs. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to give me something for that, yo.
so you don't think that there should be criminal charges?
I'm not saying I don't think. I'm just
Was a
saying.
crime committed?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
So if a crime was committed, then she should do some time.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah. But that would be, to me, it'd be up to the cops. But
What crime was committed?
assault,
Identify it.
a battery, probably, I would call it. She pushed her. That's contact in a harming manner. Even though it was a joke in her head.
In her head, she wasn't intending to harm.
No, she wasn't intending to harm. But she did harm her. So that's still... It's almost like I killed somebody on purpose or I killed somebody by accident. Because I shot him, whatever. That's still manslaughter versus murder. You know what I'm saying? So she should pay for something. Something... There needs to be some probation for, whatever, 5 years. Whatever, something like that. She pushed her hard, too, boy.
She pretty much landed, belly flopped.
Wow. And you could tell everybody that's there knew that was a bad idea. Because as she's falling, they're like, ooh. Oh, yeah. Nah, yeah, she could have killed her for sure. She definitely got to pay something.
That's tough.
For her to pay?
It's tough because how many times do you think this happens in America every day?
Yeah, every day something dumb like this happens for sure.
Dumb ass thing where the kids are being, they're just being kids and showing off and
Yeah, they're showing. I mean, I get it, but still, if you're showing off and you hurt somebody, that's it, bro. You gotta pay for that somehow.
well, she's that girl who pushed her, Taylor, who pushed her, is most definitely now the outcast in the group, right? She got 0 friends.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, think about it. I mean, it went viral. It's all over social media. People are gonna side with the victim, right? Because she's the victim. She's in the right. So this girl's already paying in some ways, right?
Yeah, but that's not.
That's not enough. Or is that's? I mean, it's part of it, right? The shaming,
Oh yeah, that's definitely part of it. That's not the end of it, though. I think. I mean,
it doesn't.
More to me, more about her going to jail, because to me that's almost nothing, right? That's almost like jail to me doesn't seem like it's more her paying cash for the rest of her life. Not the rest of her life, but like a long amount of time. That would, to me, that's more of an impact on her mind than spending a few, months in jail.
So you're saying instead of jail time, where her mother suggests she could think about what she did, you're saying get away. You're saying get them where it hurts the most.
Yeah.
Financially.
Yeah.
That for the next 30 years you're gonna have to pay X amount of dollars a week.
Yeah, whatever. You got to pay $100,000 to her now. You owe her $100,000.
And you can pay it through time, whatever.
You got to pay it through time. And for the rest of your life, you're going to be thinking about this one moment that you made a stupid mistake.
Okay.
For years. Unless she's rich and she would never think about it again. You know what I'm saying? That's a possibility too, that she's just rich. She's like, I'll just pay it off. I have my dad pay it. Whatever.
Yeah, put a direct deposit kind of like thing.
Yeah, whatever.
Every monthly, weekly. All right. So, all right. I mean... What else is going on?
I'm going to send this to you right now.
What else is going on, sir? What you got?
Hold on, I'm going to send it to you.
Check us out, thebasementny.com, while we have this silent airtime. I just want to quickly shout out, and I'll say it again at the end of the episode. I am going away. We will be away for a little while, and we come back strong in September. We got a special episode coming up. Stay tuned for that. What you got here?
Click it. Just click it. I just want you to read the title. Read it out loud.
Couple couldn't conceive because they'd been having sex the wrong way for 4 years.
Before we read it, I want you to tell me what you think.
First of all, someone had a sex change? I don't know why that was the first thought. Like, and they still haven't figured it out?
So we're not going to read it because it's OD, but basically this is in China, right?
Oh my God, of course it is.
Some rural part of China, whatever. They told the lady they've been trying to figure out why they haven't had kids. The family's pressuring them. You guys have to have kids. You guys are young. You guys need to produce, whatever. They've been trying and trying and trying.
Is that weird when your parents do that?
Different cultures.
Different culture, but still.
The thing is with this is that with cultures like that, I mean, realistically, especially if it's rural, you need kids to grow up and help you with whatever you're doing, farming, whatever. So you need kids, right? Mm-hmm. Kids are an asset, right? So the family's pressuring them to have kids. They've been trying for 4 years and nothing. So they finally go to the doctor. And she's talking to the doctor. She's like, look, I've been trying for 4 years. And, it does hurt sometimes, when we have sex. So maybe that's the problem. And the doctor was like, all right, well, I'm a gynecologist. Let me check you out. Right? This is where the fun begins. The doctor goes to check her out. Comes to find out, they've been having sex anally for 4 years. Trying to have a baby. For 4 years.
What were they watching? Animal Planet?
That's exactly because chickens do it like that, apparently. And
that's what they were watching?
They have chickens. And nobody has ever given them some sex education. So they've only seen chickens do it. So
they're going to mimic the only thing they know.
Exactly.
They're like, chickens they're reproducing?
Yeah. So they've been trying to get that way. And nothing.
Wait. So my first question is this something that's culturally going on over there that they're not being educated?
Well, that's okay. When I didn't read this article because I was so curious. I started looking around, and apparently in China, they don't give a lot of sex education because it's something you don't talk about. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people are uneducated about that aspect. So the doctor gave the woman a pamphlet of how to have a kid, and within months they got pregnant.
You think they're happier?
The woman must have been so relieved.
She must have.
Like, thank God. Jeez, this whole time.
Or maybe she got into it and was like, no, you got to go back there. I mean, we'll do this for the kids' sake, but,
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe the husband was like, wait, I don't like this. This is too...
So, that's insane. Yeah. Or maybe they fell in love with it. It was like, wow, what a difference. I don't have crap all over my stuff when I put it in you.
Probably, yeah.
Jeez.
For 4 years, bro. Think about it. And the thing says that they've been doing it regularly. Regular sex, trying and nothing. And then finally the doctors checked them out. Now they got pregnant.
Wow.
So, yeah, talk to your kids about sex, man. Don't let that slide.
Don't let that go. Wow. So, Wow, that's just mind-boggling. I'm gonna go with they were happy once they got the pamphlet. After they got the pamphlet.
Yeah, I think relieved. They were,
Yeah,
like,
I mean they
relieved.
got the kid right. Popped right out.
I
So you heard about this new study that no amount of alcohol is good for you.
heard about it. Yeah.
So and then I read it on Reddit and then I saw the coverage on the news. It's so funny how if you read Reddit, like I get up sometimes at 4 a.m, 4:30 or 5, and I'll skim through Reddit and I'm reading things that are on Reddit and then it's on the news.
Oh yeah. I see that all the time. Yeah.
So I'm like, wow, that's where are they getting their sources?
See, that's why they say Reddit's the front page of the internet, because I'll see something on Reddit, maybe like a day or two later, I'll see it on Facebook,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yeah, niggas are old.
So literally that morning when I read that article, I saw and then Roseanne, I think it's Roseanne Scotto or whatever.
Rosanna?
Not
From Channel
Rosanna.
11?
Yeah, for Channel
Yeah.
5.
Oh, she's from Channel 5?
No, Channel 5. What's her name?
I don't know.
The Italian girl. Anyways, what? So
Italian girl?
yeah,
There's two of them, right? It's
yeah, the
Rosanna
black girl,
Scotto.
Rosanna Scotto. There you go.
I know my news people, yo. I grew up with them. They've been doing news since I was a little kid.
Yo, you know who's hot? Michaela Marmalak.
I
Oh,
don't know who
she
that
is.
Show me.
Ay, que fuego.
From what? From news?
She's one of the people outside, and I'm like, every time she does a report, I'm like, yeah, that's
I want
my
to know this
girl.
report.
So, anyways,
Are you going to look it up? I want to see what she looks like.
I am. I'm gonna send it out. So, Miss, she starts covering the news. She's like, "Who did the studies? There's always a study about another study. Where are these studies coming from?" And so I've heard recently that drinking is, especially wine. If you have a glass of wine, it's healthy for you.
Like a
It's good
glass
for
of
your
red wine
blood.
or something,
A glass
yeah.
of red wine is supposed to be good for you. So now this new article comes out that no amount of alcohol is good for you. That the negative effects outweighs any benefits that were ever considered before. What do you think?
While you look up that girl, I'm going to... Listen, man. You know why you get drunk? Because it's poison in your body. Right? That's why we get the drunk effect. Right? It's poison to your body. That's why I can kind of I see that. But also, it reminds me of the conversation we had about the laundry. Is it worth spending the time on your laundry, or is it worth just paying a little extra just to enjoy whatever your time? So I kind of feel like with alcohol, it's probably not good for you. But drinking a little bit is worth the whatever few seconds of life it takes away from you, right? Because how much of your life you think it shaves off drinking whatever, getting drunk, or not super drunk, but like 3 or 4 glasses of wine. In fact, after 1 or 2 glasses of wine, I'm good. I don't need anything else. I'm just chilling at home. That's what I drink at home. I drink wine.
What in particular?
It depends, man. My wife gets a bunch of different ones. The one I drink, the last one I drank was like a rosé. It's like a pink white wine, I think it is.
A pink white wine.
Oh, a Zinfandel. I like those. Zinfandels are good.
That's that rosy stuff, right?
Yeah. That's the kind of, because I'm drinking my wife. Red wine for me has a weird aftertaste.
Red wine?
Yeah, I feel like it leaves an aftertaste of red. I don't really like white wine. I don't know.
White?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of white wine. I'd rather drink a red wine than a white wine.
What have you tried as far as white wine is concerned?
Damn, I couldn't even tell you. I just know that we bought, for a while we were buying a bunch of different wines, just trying to figure it out,
Right.
And I think that's what we settled on, that we agreed on. Because I'm not really a beer drinker. I'm not a fan of... Everybody around here drinks Corona and Heinekens. I'm not a fan of neither one of those two. I don't drink alcohol. I guess I could take shots. Or if you make me a nice drink, I could drink that. Like what we used to do is get like a juice, like whatever, like what's really good juice to mix with Bacardi is like a grapefruit juice. I don't know why they taste good together. And Bacardi. I don't like grapefruit juice at all. But you mix it with Bacardi and something about it tastes really good.
Bacardi?
Yeah.
Grapefruit juice?
Yeah, I know.
I gotta try that.
I know.
I've never even...
Both of those alone is like, I don't want to drink it raw. But when you mix them together, something about it, it's like, oh, it's not that bad.
So, rum?
Yes, I know.
Rum and grape.
Yeah. You know what it is? Because
That's like a ghetto bottle of wine.
yeah, basically, yeah.
That's what that is.
So during the holiday season, my wife makes coquito. So
Okay.
we had a big ass rum bottle there, untouched. So after a while, we're like, "Yo, crack that open, yo." You know what I'm saying? We just every day we're home, we just freaking just drink up, you know, every once in a while. So we've been just drinking that. We finished it already. It was one of those big, what are they, quarts or whatever? I don't even know.
You got like a jug of...
The jug, yeah.
You got a jug of
Bacardi, yeah.
Of Bacardi.
Finish that.
Plus a big ass jug of...
So we do a lot of experimenting. We'll try this juice and that juice and mix it and try to find something good. And the one I don't know, grapefruit juice. I don't like grapefruit juice. I don't know. Something about it's good.
Oh, I gotta put that on my list of things to try because I'm like,
All right. So wait, before you, I don't know what you sent there, but I sent something too. Let's see if it's there.
You got yours, you got mine. Oh
right,
my gosh, how did that happen? Oh, the window. All right, so.
Did you start recording? Oh, you did. All right. Go to what I sent you. Not that one. Did it? What? That's not the one I sent you.
This is the one you already sent me that I opened up.
Let me try this again.
I am putting myself in your screen.
Why is it not going in? Go. That's weird, bro. What are you on? Oh, you on the basement account?
Yeah, who did you send it to? You
To
sent it
the
to my
basement. I
person?
sent it twice. 3 times you sold.
No. From Nolo Brown, we got nothing, bro.
No. Damn, I want to open it up here. How is it not showing? Let me try this. You gotta cut this out, right? This is dead time.
This dead time? Here we go. He finally...
I sent it to your personal account.
What am I supposed to do with it on my personal account?
Try to send it to the basement.
That's
what we gotta do it, yo. It's not going through.
Yo, you really need to get yourself like a spiritual, technological cleaning. Because what the freak, bro?
It said I worship the old gods, not the new gods.
Oh.
The new gods of technology, I don't worship them, so.
I gotta do everything, yo.
Damn.
Did it come up?
It looks like it popped up. Click on it, see what happens. That's a long ass link though. I don't know if I send all that. Right here.
I'm trying to get on the channel, bro. Here we go. Boom.
All right, hold on.
Oh. What you trying to show, bro? What kind of porn are you watching?
Yeah, sure, you want to go there. But yeah, accept this link.
Where is that?
Right there. Very risky. Pause it. Hold on. All right, make it bigger. All right. Damn, I need to control this.
Sounds like Alex Jones.
It is Alex Jones.
My man.
So last time we talked about Alex
Mr.
Jones.
Crazy.
Last time we talked about Alex Jones, he got banned from the internet.
Right.
Conspiracy theories. They're all after me. All right. So he has this new website. Everybody visit it for your... Where's pause on this? Where's pause? I don't want to pause the thing. Anyway, so he's showing this. This is his personal iPhone, right? He's showing the website. Infowars. He was live streaming this on his website.
No.
So when he goes to close the app, here we go. It's coming. Boom. You can see all his links. So what do you see right there? Let's see if you can see it. Can you read that word right there? Naughty.
Naughty. Oh, I did pause it. Naughty. It's upside down.
I don't know. Hold on, let me see. It says naughty T-Babe, and then it has her name, Marissa.
T-Babe? What's a T-Babe?
Hold on.
Oh, no.
This is just something he live streamed, whatever he's talking about. It's like a little clip. So, Reddit is the best. So Reddit, they back searched what it was, and it was a tranny porn. And everybody's like, he talks against this stuff. Like he's
Trannies?
Yeah. But gay, tranny, whatever. Turning the frogs gay.
Right. The frogs gay.
So
that's right.
So they're like, isn't it so hilarious that he got caught live streaming? Why would you do that? Why would you save it? What a fucking... Unless, I wonder if he did it on purpose, like to see if people are watching.
Maybe he was, in his defense, he was doing research.
That's what these gay frogs are up to.
You know, you got to be in touch with the gayness, because then how could you fight against it if you're not in the knowledge?
It is so funny that he has all these. What a dummy. Turning the frogs gay.
That's hilarious, bro.
Right.
Okay. All right. So there's that.
That's hilarious.
That is kind of entertaining. I must agree with you. That is pretty entertaining. I don't know. I was thinking about you the other day because you were telling me about the anchor, the Fox anchor that you like. That she's
What's her
now.
name?
You should pull her up.
I gotta pull her up right now. Hold on. I got you, bro. We're gonna reveal our childhood news crushes.
That's what
This is the crush I had when I was freaking 13 years old, watching the news every night.
Oh my gosh! Just put it up here, direct.
I gotta remember her name. I don't remember it.
See, while you look it up, I'm gonna go with mine, and I think I'm the winner. I'm gonna be the winner again and again and again.
Is it Channel 11? I don't remember what channel she was on.
No, she's not. She's Fox, but she's at night. Matter of fact, I'm gonna help you out because you're a loser, bro. It's certified that you're a loser. I gotta help you out.
Sounds like hate to me.
Hate? Hate is so healthy for you, man.
It's good for you, you think?
It is healthy. It is a healthy thing to have in your life. Oh, she's so cute. Oh my goodness. So basically, I think she's the hottest. Do you watch Fox in the morning, or do you just go through what is your internet?
Yeah, no.
But
she's Channel 5 too.
I told you.
Oh, you got her there?
No, I don't have her, but send it to me. So, because I can't find her. Apparently, I can't find her. I think that's her, but I can't see it. It's too small. You sent it?
I'm gonna look it up on my phone. This thing's not sending for some reason.
What? Was probably not connected to the internet. No, there's no way, because you went on the internet, right?
Yeah, I'm on the internet right now.
Do you know what it is? Are you logged in as
The basement, yeah.
You're logged in as the basement
Yeah.
in that tablet? That's
Yeah.
probably why.
Probably, yeah.
You're probably sending it to yourself. It's not going through. But we just to go back to what's coming up. We got a special coming up. Wait for that. We're gonna have 2 episodes coming out for next week. One of them is old, and then there's this one, and then that's it. It's the last week of summer, baby. You got any plans?
For the last week of summer?
Yeah.
Nope. School shopping, pretty much. My wife is actually doing that right now. She's my supplies.
Who did you send it to?
I sent it to basement. Yeah, I saw some pop up here. Oh, that's the last thing I was trying to send you. It's fine. Oh, there she goes. There goes the name right there.
Okay.
All right.
So, what are you doing for the last week?
Just school shopping. Gotta go buy the kids' clothes. Gotta go food shopping.
Yeah.
That's it. Just getting ready for school, bro.
What? This is obviously not
Gay.
it, bro.
The frog's gay.
That frog. This is not it, bro.
No. You clicked on the link. I didn't send the link. I just sent her name. It's directly on there. Just highlight it.
Oh, we can't do that.
You can't do that?
Apparently not. I'm trying to. Oh my god. Wait. Yo, it's not letting me.
All right. It's fine. You already have yours up or no?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm about to click on it.
All right.
Go ahead. Type yours in.
This is so gay.
Yo, we gotta hashtag them on it. Maybe they get to they'll like it, like Joe Rogan did, which was dope. Shout out to Joe Rogan. What do you think about this whole Molly Tibbetts?
Whoa, nigga. All right. Hold on.
Where are you going?
This thing is like lagging. While that's loading. Actually, you know what? Let's do this first because the money tips might be a long one.
Yeah, she would definitely will. Boom.
That's my when I was growing up.
Damn, when she was younger, she was definitely.
This is what I.
nice.
I mean, she's
Over
doing
here?
good, man. I don't know how old she is now. How old do you think she is? If you had to guess.
I would. That's a good question.
We're gonna find out.
Google it. Let Google do the
So
work.
my news anchor crush of the month is Dari Alexander.
Dari Alexander. She has to be mixed, right?
She's on. I think so. Yeah, I think she's.
She
something.
has to be mixed.
Let's see. Does it say nationality? American.
Of course. Trump.
Okay, so she was born in 1969. So what? How old does that make her?
She's at least.
Does it have her age there? Does it even say it? I have to just freaking math.
She's like 50-something years old.
Wow, that's crazy.
She's like 50s, yeah, like 50-something years old, right? Am I
hold
wrong?
on, hold on. Let me.
I'm trying to switch.
I want to get the exact. What is it? What I said? 1969. 1969. Take away 2018 is. She's 49 years old.
What?
When's her birthday? October. So she's 49. She's gonna be 50 this year. It's a big year for her. Shout out. You're my crush growing up. I know we missed our chance to be together.
Oh, my back.
But literally, growing up, I used to watch the news just for you. That's how I got into the news.
That's how you got into the news. You weren't really watching the news. It was more like...
I used to love her reporting. She is a very wonderful reporter. What the heck? Look at this. What's the name of yours?
Kayla Mamalak.
Is that her? No.
No, that's not her. And I have no idea how old Kayla Mamalak is. But here's Kayla Mamalak. Go ahead, click the link. On the one that I posted up.
Take this freaking thing off, bro. Can't even see what's up there.
Move the window over.
Where are you at?
Was that the one I said?
Turn the frogs gay. Stay frogs.
Keep going back to that. It's the basement.
How you spell her name? K-A?
No, hold on. Let me get it, bro. It's right here. I'm trying to figure out how old she is. You see the mouse?
Let's see. I got her open up on my screen. I got my crush right here. Yeah, man. I used to watch the news for you.
Damn, you took us out of everything. That's hilarious.
Just.
You're not typing.
What? What? I typed something. Hold on. Something's there. Just spell her name, bro. Yeah, this thing is lagging, bro.
The computer?
Yeah.
That's
what it is. This lag. This intense lag.
Yeah, it is. It is extreme lagged out right now. Wow. All right. So
just keep the thing here. So when it pops up, I can just type the rest of it in.
Yeah, Kayla Mamalak. That's who I have a crush on, and I think she's in her 30s, maybe even younger.
Is she new?
I don't think she's that new. Well, she actually might be that new. I don't think she was around when as far as Alexander's concerned.
Oh yeah, she's young, bro. She's new. She has to be new. Damn. Why does this pop up here instead of up top like a normal?
I know, like regular Google. I don't know. Click the first picture.
Oh, they're both on Fox? Wow.
Yeah, Fox is doing the thing.
All right, let's find out how old she is.
So basically, I have that here. It says birth name, Kayla. I'm like, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't have her age.
Does it have the birth year? That's all we care about.
No, you look for it. I can't find it.
What? She doesn't even have a Wikipedia yet. Somebody needs to get on this.
That's fresh meat. What are you talking about?
We should make a Wikipedia.
A Wikipedia?
For her, yeah.
For her?
Yeah.
You could do that?
Yeah, nigga, that's what Wikipedia is. So everybody unites together and makes their own thing. Yeah, this computer's lagging.
I don't know what it is that she's cute, but she definitely could get it.
Yeah, I would say mid-30s she is.
Mid-30s, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely mid-30s.
I want to find out for sure.
I'm having that computer. Now I'm worried that's not even recording, but at least we're on here. So
what do you have information wise on her? Did you find out yet?
About her?
Yeah.
I mean, not much. There's not much of I don't get too much. She's a journalist, obviously, storyteller, and lifelong TV viewer. She's on Fox. I'm not superstitious, but I am a little. I can't even pronounce that word. Oh, but that's another person. She to me is. I'm looking at her Instagram stuff. Yeah.
All right. Enough of this.
So Miley Tibbetts.
Yeah.
This is obviously ammunition, and is it rightfully so for those individuals who are against this whole immigration um, agenda that the president has?
All right. First, I think you should tell the story for people that don't know who she is.
So Miley Tibbetts was a college student, right?
Yeah.
She was jogging, and she was approached by an individual who apparently is an immigrant from what country? Do you remember?
I don't know.
So, anyways, an immigrant who tried to approach her, and she rejected him. He didn't take that too well. She tried to run from him, and apparently he grabbed her and killed her. Right? Did they find her body?
The guy's name is. Should we say his name? I don't know. The girl was 20 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, they found her body because her body was concealed beneath corn leaves.
She was raped.
They didn't say that, but I think we can assume.
I think we could assume.
Because you're just going to kill somebody?
So this guy comes from some other country. How he got here, that's still unknown, really. I think. Does it say?
Okay, so another thing about that is that they say he said he's illegal. He came in with fake papers. His lawyer is like, no, he's not illegal. So that's still
In the air.
he said, she said,
Wait,
it'll come out
he
of it.
said he's illegal.
He said I came here illegally with fake papers, but his lawyer is saying he's not illegal.
So why do you think that?
Maybe his lawyer's a liberal and doesn't want that news out there right now. That's my guess.
Because then why would he if he why would he lie about it?
I don't know. Maybe to get deported so he doesn't deal with the American justice system. I don't know. It's funny because something funny, not funny, but something interesting. I heard recently was there was a case of a woman that she committed suicide by putting her gun in her mouth and shooting herself in the head, right? And they went to different doctors, whatever, they examined the body, and everybody's like, yeah, suicide. This one doctor was like, there's something unusual he did when he examined her mouth, was that he saw that her tongue had a bullet hole in it. He's like, why would the tongue have a bullet hole if you're killing yourself? You're not going to put your tongue in front of the gun. You're just going to shoot upwards towards your brain, right?
Right.
All right. And then he's like, the only way I can imagine the tongue is getting there is if someone jammed the gun in her mouth and then shot. That's, he just bunched up her tongue while he shot.
Wow.
So he said, he reported it as a homicide. Told the detective, look, I think this is fishy, whatever. Did it. They approached the boyfriend again. The boyfriend told the cops she committed suicide. They approached the boyfriend again. Then the cop asked them, the doctor that did the autopsy, came with this conclusion. The boyfriend was like, why did they give her autopsy? When I called the coroner 2 weeks ago, they told me that they don't do autopsies on suicide. The girl died like a week ago. So the kid basically blew up his spot, saying, I called 2 weeks ago to ask them if they do autopsies on suicides. And they told me they don't. But the girl died a week ago. So that means he called before she died to find out if they do autopsies. So after a few days, the guy finally admitted that he killed her. And it was because this one little
interaction.
Just one little evidence that the cop was like, the doctor said, her tongue has a bullet hole in it. Why didn't nobody catch this?
Wow. The doctor caught it.
The doctor, yeah. The guy that does the autopsies. I don't know.
Yeah. Coroner's office.
All right.
Wow.
So anyway, let's go back to this guy. So apparently he saw her walking or something. He approached her in a car. He chased her down in the car, grabbed her, did whatever he did, killed her, buried her in the field. So everybody's saying they're going to use this agenda. First of all, her disappearance was mainstream news before we found out who killed her, right? Everybody was wondering where's Molly Tidbits.
Yeah.
For years. In fact, one of the episodes we did recently is in the bio. We talked about it.
We did.
We're talking about this girl.
I think I mentioned her.
Yeah. So now it comes out that he's an illegal immigrant, whatever. Let's just say let's just go with the fact that he is, because he said he was. So the right wing is going to say, this is why we need better border security. The left wing is saying, why we're talking about his illegal status, let's just talk about the murder, right? That's what we need to focus on, the fact that there was a murder. Then somebody tried to equate, this illegal guy kills a girl and everybody's going crazy about it. But, last year or whatever, this guy killed, 59 people in Vegas with a machine gun and we forgot about it already.
Right.
Right. All right, a few things about that. Of course, the right wing is going to use this. You know what I'm saying? This is what they need to help push an agenda. Right? The left wing is going to say, well, statistically speaking, Americans commit crimes more than illegals. Native-born Americans are commit more crimes than illegals. First of all, how many illegals in America? 11 million illegals in America. That's a lot, first of all. Now, what they're going to say is, how many of them commit crimes? Once they ask that question, I'm already like, you're not even opening your eyes right now. You got your eyes closed. They crossed the country illegally. They're already criminals. They haven't done anything else, maybe. But the fact that they crossed over the border makes them illegal. They're already committed one crime. So as far as they're concerned, all you need to do is find out how many are in America, and that's how many you commit crimes, right? Of course, but that's not what they're going. They're going with other crimes.
Right.
Plus that. Fine. I just want to point that out, that they've already committed the crime by crossing the border. Done.
So apparently this guy was a farmer.
Yeah, he worked in that. I think he worked in that cornfield.
In Iowa, I believe it is.
I don't want to drink the soda, but I need it.
You need it?
I'm thirsty. And I don't want to get up and go over there.
We could take a break and just cut it.
No, keep going.
So apparently he was a farm worker. And it seems as if I promise you people hear that noise. This guy, apparently struggling farm owners are taking in these struggling to find eligible workers to tend their fields, are taking in these illegal immigrants that are crossing over. And apparently this guy was out there for 7 years, I believe. Christian Rivera, right? Mexican farm worker accused of killing her. He lived a productive life in 7 or so years since he crossed the southwest border and found work in the fields of Iowa.
Was he from, does it say?
It says he was a Mexican farm worker. Just Mexican.
And all illegals are not Mexicans.
What?
All illegals are not Mexicans.
Why don't I hear you?
Oh, I'm probably too low. All illegals are not Mexicans, right? People right away, as soon as they say illegal, they think Mexican. That's not true.
That's not true.
You got Salvadorian, you got Honduran,
Dominican,
you got freaking Russians,
Venezuelans,
Polish, Chinese.
Everything.
Anybody that comes to America illegally is an illegal alien.
Is an illegal
Doesn't mean that they're Hispanic. Because people right away think Mexican. That's not. They come through Mexico because the easiest way.
Well, I mean, it's a lot of people, a lot of individuals. You know, especially when you go to the South, we're Mexican. It's all one category, right?
Yeah. At least if you go down south, any Hispanic is Mexican.
Any Hispanic is a Mexican.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Doesn't even register to them.
Yeah.
And if you try to educate them otherwise, it's like no.
I don't know why.
Why are you even
Mexican trying to educate me?
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to tell you, bro.
I don't think you understand what you're from Mexico. I don't care what you're saying. You're Mexican.
The president of the United States makes it clear he is the ultimate teacher and sensei. We're definitely not gonna get any listeners from the South, but in this case, look, if you look at this guy's face, I could understand if he looked like a monster. You know what I mean? He wasn't getting anything at all, but he's not the worst looking thing in the planet Earth.
Let's see
what was his mindset, and what was his? Does he have a criminal record in Mexico? There's so many unanswered questions.
Oh yeah. No, he's not an ugly guy.
No, I mean,
He's a good guy.
Like if he looked like deformed and never made contact with a girl, I'm pretty sure he's not a virgin. You know what I mean? Like, what was it that drove him to do this? Does he have records? How many bodies does this guy have? How easy was it for this guy to do this act?
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know what I mean? Like, to get into the mindset of this individual. Ben Shapiro's like, the main reason why the media is all over this is because it has to do with immigration.
Yeah.
First and foremost.
100%.
And she's a pretty face.
Yep, pretty white girl killed by illegal alien. The right is going to use that like ammunition like you never believe.
Yeah, and gonna
like I was saying
it.
before, the left wing, they try to equate the two, but the reality of it is the fact that he crossed over to America is illegal. He shouldn't have been here. The other guy that shot all those people, it was his right to have a hotel room. It was his right to buy guns if he did it legally, right? You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of things that he legally did. This guy did illegally. Right? I'm not trying to defend them. I'm just saying that as an American citizen, if you have the right to speech, then you got to expect somebody to say something bad about you because they have the right to say whatever they want. Right? If you have the right to drive a car, you got to expect car accidents and people getting hit by cars by accident. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe even somebody angrily running people over with a car. It's going to happen because you have the right and freedom to drive a car. Right? If you're giving people the right of freedom to have a gun, you gotta expect every once in a while somebody's gonna go crazy and shoot somebody, right? It's just a matter. So these are rights that people have that this guy was, he took advantage of. This guy doesn't have the right to be in America, so this should have never happened. You know what I'm saying? So that to me, that's the only difference. The fact that this should have never even happened at all. The other stuff we kind of accepted as, you gotta pay for your rights somehow. And sometimes people go crazy. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have the right to do this, right to do that. You got to expect people to take advantage of those rights.
So, wait. You're saying that in Tibbet's case, it's the right that's going to use this?
The right is going to use this, yeah. Because they're saying, basically...
This legitimizes the need for a war.
Yeah. This is exactly why we need a war.
This is exactly why we need
because
a war.
this death should have never happened.
Right.
It should have never even been a possibility.
But, right, and just to go back to what you were saying, he's Mexican, right? And Mexicans, we've just identified, are not the only immigrants that are coming into this country. Yeah. So building this wall is vastly for Mexicans. But not all, because a lot of the Venezuelans, Costa Ricans, Hondurans, a lot of the countries countries from
the migrants
that are coming from South America are going
through Mexico,
Mexico. So it's also including those, but a vast majority is Mexican.
Yeah. So let's just say that.
But it's not stopping the Russians, is it? Or
no,
Chinese?
No.
How are they getting here?
So now the way I see it is, if let's say you have a leak in your house and it's just pouring water. And it's all over your freaking house. You have something that could clog about half the leak. Do you just let the leak pour fully, or let me at least stop half? Attempt.
Right.
So building this, I'm not saying for the wall. I'm just saying to have more border security, because I don't think the wall is necessarily going to be 100% efficient. We have, it's 2018. We got better technology. I'm sure we could figure out a way to keep track of them, via night vision drones flying back and forth automatically, detecting anything, alert, send the cars. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to actually drive the drones. We could set it automatic. Anyway, that's beyond.
There was a go ahead. I'm gonna show you. Go ahead. Keep that thought.
So if you could at least stop that portion, that line, that border, then we could focus on other things now. Now we could focus on the visas, the guys that are extending the visas, coming from Russia and Poland and China, that they come with a visa, they just disappear into America and we forget. We don't never know who they are. Now we can focus on them. But right now we're focused on the majority of people rushing the border, because it happens. I was watching a news report. It's an old news report. And the guy was talking about the border wall. As he's doing the border report, the news report, people are jumping the wall in the background. And he runs over to them to talk to them. And they jump back over. Because to them, they got caught. So they run back over. They don't know, oh my God, we got caught. You ever saw that one? You ever seen it?
Say that again?
It's a news report. The guy's doing the news report about the border wall. As he's there talking, two people jump the wall of the border. So he runs to go talk to them. And they see somebody running towards them. So they jump back over the other way. They got scared. I got to find it.
All right. So it's funny that you mentioned drones, and because I was watching. It's funny that you mentioned drones because I'm thinking that's probably a more effective way of stopping individuals from getting into stopping individuals from crossing over is using drones. It's more effective. It's probably less costly, right? Because you build a wall, you got to maintain it, right?
Yeah.
And the cost of maintaining and just because you build a wall doesn't necessarily mean there's no such thing. The ladders will automatically disappear,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
right? So, but if you already have people who have to be there regardless to monitor, why not equip them with drones instead? They're covering more. You can make the drones automatically detect heat.
That's what I'm saying.
So
all you gotta do is put a camera. If it finds anything, it could be a freaking rodent, whatever, a fox, a bird,
right.
anything. Just alert. I'd rather be alerted to a fox than nothing at all. Then let's skip the fox and it'd be somebody crawling trying to sneak in because they know that's how you can get through.
Right. Okay. So I was thinking about the drones. So this is not a drone, but the science behind this is using lasers to take down mosquitoes. That you could create a virtual fence, right? So here's this virtual fence, and these are the posts that contain these cameras. I wish I could go back a few seconds, but you see, and basically when it detects a mosquito, it basically zaps the wings.
What?
Zeta goes
That's
down,
crazy.
done. Which means that you're pretty much creating an invisible fence, preventing mosquitoes to get into your house or your backyard or whatever the case may be, right? So the guy, this is a TED talk. So, I could definitely see that being the future if you put a bunch of drones, program them to cycle and charge, that there's always coverage, program them to pick up infrared heat, and every time they pick something up, it doesn't know. Maybe it's smart enough to know the difference between a two-legged and a four-legged, right?
Yeah.
But regardless, the human that's sitting in some kind of control center can easily, look out and maybe even fly the drone manually to intimidate those that, oh, look, there's a drone following us. We got to head back. They're coming for us. They know we're here.
Yeah, even if it's just a deterrent, just
It's
the
just a
noise.
yeah.
Like, we can't cross today.
Like, that it would come low enough to let them know, do you want to keep going this direction or you want to turn around now because we're coming for you? Would be, I think, way more effective in preventing instead of creating this huge wall that would take millions of dollars and millions more to maintain through time. That's not, to me, as effective.
It just, the border is the wall will cost so much, and they just could climb over it easily.
It's a ladder. You get
There's
a ladder.
and they do have detectors on the ground that if you're walking, they can hear it, and they can send that. But I just feel like drones are so cheap and simple and easy, and that it's not like a wall where, okay, I build it, now I got a better technology, I gotta tear that wall. With a drone, if you got a better drone, just throw the new drone. In fact, the old one you can sell it, make some money back.
Yep.
It just makes more sense to do it through that way.
Yeah, I think, I mean, it is more effective to go that route. But who knows where they're going? You think that Trump is going to get his wall?
I don't think so.
Do you think he'll shut down
The wall?
government?
Shut it down? Nah. I think right now he's going through so much, he's not even thinking about that wall.
You think so?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
why make the comment that I'll shut the government down? I think I have a theory. My theory is that he still needs to entertain those Southerners that need to hear that.
Yeah.
Right? That I agree with you that there's so much going on that he doesn't even think about it, but he's saying it just to make sure he's rallying up those individuals
Maybe
that think everyone is
keep
Mexican.
saying it.
Yeah, just to keep those people who think that everyone's Mexican, that's, you know, they're all illegals, and to make sure he keeps them on, you know, his side of the aisle, then I got to just keep mentioning this wall. But I think, and he's a businessman, right? I think he's thinking that wall it's going to be way too expensive. Me saying that I'm going to shut down the government would be exact opposite of what my nature is. Business. Shutting down would never be shut down the government, and I'm losing, then I'm causing trouble. You know, he said it, there was a meme about it. He was saying that, you know, that if I get impeached, everybody's going to be really poor.
They're going to be so poor.
So poor.
They
The
need
country's going to
me.
be suffering. So it's just a tactic for him to continue getting those numbers that he needs from that particular class.
I don't think if somehow he gets impeached, whatever happens to him, I don't think I don't think that the economy is going to get bad because of that. I think that the reason why the economy is doing well is because we allow freedom to people to do business. You know, there's less restrictions. You know, he said that too. If you want to pass a regulation, you got to take down two, so we can lower the regulations. You know, so it makes it easier for people to do business. I don't got to deal with this freaking inspection now. You know, instead of doing inspection, whatever, you know, simple stuff like whatever, a car inspection. Let's just say, let's say you want to inspect your car. What is a standard a car should be in? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you have to have the car? The standards for inspection is, you know, you got to make sure that this is good and this is good and this is good. Does all that really need to be tip top shape, or can we, you know, can we have used tires instead of brand new tires? Would the car still function the same? You know what I'm saying? Like, what standard? If you could drive a car one way, you know, let's say for instance, the car has bad tires, right? Let's say there's no inspection, car has bad tires. The tire pops in the highway and he crashes into somebody, right? Now the guy that crashed into him owes money to fix his own car, probably. Definitely owes money to fix the other guy's car, right?
Right.
He has to pay for all this stuff, right? Shouldn't that be enough incentive to make sure, like, I better change these tires before something goes down?
Right. Preventative measures.
Yeah. So it's like, you don't need the government to be behind you, like, you got to fix this or you're going to get a ticket. It's more of, I got to fix this before I got to, you know, get into an accident, freaking got to pay all this money.
But it's like you said before with the girl that got pushed over that bridge, with Taylor, the person that pushed her, the more effective method of her paying for her actions is where it counts, the money.
The money, yeah.
So
how many people you know go to jail and is like nothing to them? They just go back to jail like nothing.
Yeah. Right.
And then, but then you got people that, you know, they got to pay for whatever bill, and they're like, I can't do that again. Right? I'm gonna stop. You get a speeding ticket, you're like, I gotta slow down.
Right.
Right. I'm not paying that damn ticket.
But you're saying, do you need the government to tell you to be take preventative measures, change those tires before something happens?
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of things that we do that I don't think are 100% necessary.
And
we could go without. We could do without it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's something that the government involved. Okay, let's say we get rid of that inspection thing. That means that you get rid of mechanics having to pay for license to do inspections. They don't have to do that no more. They don't have to pay for those licenses.
Right, but have you been to another country?
I've been to another country, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Not all of them need to go, but a lot of them should go.
Right,
unnecessary ones.
I don't think inspections would be one.
No, just use that as an example.
Right.
Yeah.
But in that example, that definitely wouldn't be one in my case, because like going to Colombia and my cousin, and the only thing I told her was like, you know, your instincts are going to tell you where not to go. You know, follow your instincts. You're not dumb.
Yeah.
I'm not going to seriously say, be careful, you're going to get kidnapped and, you know, taken and hostage. And no. Just your instinct will tell you, yeah, this is not a good area.
Yeah. Not going to that club.
Not going to that club. Not going out at night by myself.
Niggas in the club with no shoes on, I gotta
go. Yeah, that might kind of seem. Only thing I told her was watch out for the pollution. Try to bring a mask. Because the emissions out there doesn't exist. And that's one of the primary functions of the inspection. They put that nozzle at the tailpipe, and they're measuring your emissions. I just recently did an emissions cleaning or whatever flush on my car for this trip that I got going on. Bro, it literally, I'll show you the picture, but it literally looked like It literally looked like my car was like in the hospital with a IV on, a suero. For Spanish people, for you Mexicans, I got you. And I was just, and I'm saying to myself, this is exactly why, the inspection stuff it's totally necessary. It is like almost hard to breathe. It's literally hard to breathe without the way they have things set up over there.
Now, what if instead of an inspection, you give them a tax?
A tax.
Yeah.
Look, if you don't have the inspections, then you're not doing this. And there's a little droplet thing, like a swiddle, like an IV, and it's literally going in there and cleaning whatever it is. It's literally cleaning it out. And I'm saying to myself, yeah, this is why inspections can go away, bro. We got to make sure that.
No, but I'm saying, like, what if you said, okay, instead of an inspection, you do, okay, it's an inspection, but not. The inspection would be more like, not that you got to do this, otherwise we can't give you the certified, just that we have to give you an inspection, and if you fail any of this stuff, you just got to pay the fine. Yeah, no, I saw that. Instead of, you pay the fine, right? Not that you come and you got to pay to get inspected. For the inspection to get a sticker.
Right.
Instead, you come, if you fail, you pay a fine. And these are the standards we have. Tires, maybe not, but maybe the emissions. If you fail the emissions, you pay whatever, $100 fine for the emissions. If you're gonna ruin the environment, you gotta pay for it, and then you charge them $100 fine.
But the problem with that is that you're not okay. Okay, so then the focus is okay. So then the focus is owning money.
Yeah.
Whereas the city in this particular case, or the country, right, is saying, no, we're gonna take your money. That's definitely happening.
Yeah, for sure.
But there's a reason why we're taking it. It's for your health. If we're saying, go ahead, screw the planet, screw your health, and we're still taking your money, I would say that's wrong.
Yeah.
That totally defeats the purpose. Totally defeats the purpose, because
no, but I'm saying
it's not being preventative.
Money. You can save money. Like if you do the inspection, you pass everything, you don't pay anything. It's free inspection. Go.
Oh, okay.
That way people will be like, I gotta fix it before I get this inspection.
Yeah, but then who's paying that mechanic to actually get the work done? Are you gonna replace the mechanic now with machine like McDonald's and Burger King, the kiosks?
Or maybe
you just drive in, you put the thing yourself in the nozzle, you scan you scan the thing with the gun.
You can afford
like self checkout.
Yeah. That'd be cool, but I think people
you will fraud it.
People fraud it, yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to say, okay.
You have to have someone who's certified, who's going to have to be audited, who can be inspected at any moment in time to see if they're doing things right. Yeah. Whereas you can't make it a self-wash car wash thing. No, absolutely not. People would definitely take advantage of it.
You have to somehow watch them. So you have to have watch. There always has to be somebody watching the watchers.
Is someone watching the wall? It just continues going. That's how. I think that's why this country.
Maybe you have
this
the
governing system works.
Mechanics watch the president. So that way it goes all the way up, watching all the way to the president, and who watches the president? The mechanics. And then you say, if you're a mechanic and you have a certified mechanic license, then you're allowed to come to the White House and check on the president. It just goes around.
We're gonna get a lot of mechanic followers now. Check us out at the basement.
Especially the Mexican ones. They're gonna love it.
They're gonna love it. They're gonna love it. They're probably not gonna love our idea about the drone thing, right?
Well, if they're illegal, they have nothing. They shouldn't have any even thoughts on it. They're just like, all right, sure, whatever.
And what if this is gonna sound crazy, right? But what if the laser? What if the drone was equipped with a tagging machine that can't be taken off?
What do you mean?
Like somehow that when the drone picks up an illegal trying to cross, that operator then aims, gives a warning, and then fires a shot. And just like that Netflix movie where the girl's trying to get the doll, and she goes into the warehouse and the drone starts coming after her, and you know when the drones it lets out these beads, and it hits them, and it's trackers essentially, something like that. The potential illegal, if they continue, then they're zapped with something.
Maybe like an engraving laser, Remember we used to have one in the shop?
In the shop, yeah, something.
So, but it's on the drone. So if they catch recording, just engrave something on the skin. Like, oh no, that was marked.
Well, they're marked that way, but they would have to have some kind of like animal tracking device that they do with seeing animals or something that they can't take them off. So if they continue going, they're like, yeah, you're marking people. If they continue crossing, they're showing up on the radar. It's easy to to follow them.
I don't know. That's inhuman. I think we're crossing a line.
Wait, you're saying engrave them like they're cattle. I'm saying throw a little chip in them that they could take off. Yeah. You know?
Let me ask you a question then. If somebody crosses the border illegally, right? This is a hard question. Are we allowed to shoot them?
That's OD, son.
That might be a little OD?
That's OD.
What if somebody breaks into the house illegally? Should you be allowed to shoot them?
When you put it like that. When you're coming into my house, I have the right to protect myself, my house. When you're coming to our country, do we have that right?
Whose house is it?
It's our house.
So then do we hire people to protect our house? Now, what if you cross the border and my farmland, my ranch is along the border and you cross that border on my ranch? Am I allowed to shoot you? I don't know what your intentions are.
I would have to walk that first statement, that first response back, but I would still use this tagging thing instead of actual bullets. Because that right there, ladies and gentlemen, that's inhumane.
No, I'm just trying to figure out where the line is at.
Well, I mean, I would love to get the perspective of a liberal, right? Because I feel like the liberals are constantly contradicting themselves. Freedom for everyone, rights, and all this other stuff, but yet when they're thrown in their face situations where this is why it's relevant to address this issue, like Miley Tibbetts, it's something else.
Yeah. And you see that with freedom of speech all the time. All the time, freedom of speech is always that. Because it's like, I have the right to say whatever I want, but you're not allowed to say that. That's what do they call that? Hate speech?
Something like that.
So
libertarianism is something that, yes, I actually can see that being. You know what I think when I think of libertarianism is like you said. I believe it's what Star Trek is. The Star Trek world or fantasy of the future. That's libertarianism, right? A world like that.
Yeah.
Am
so
I correct?
Everybody do whatever you want.
Everybody do what they want. But the difference is that just because everyone has the same values of we could do whatever we want, they also have the value of that life is precious and not to infringe my wants on someone else's health, well-being, life, period.
Yeah. That's libertarian. That's still the same thing.
It is. It's still the same thing. So I like the idea, but unless we get rid of...
It's got to come off, bro.
Stop! Don't touch the screen, bro. I'll kill you. I love that it bothers you. That motivates me never to take it out. Because the
wave of it messes up the look. Because if I look at it from this angle without it, it looks great.
Yeah, it does, and it looks great with it on too.
To look at the screen, we gotta keep going like this to look at the screen.
And you know what's great about it? The fact that it annoys you, it's motivation for me never to take it off. But right, so libertarianism, I agree with. I think it's a great idea in theory, but we're so selfish and so immature as a people right now that we're never gonna get there. Look at this. This guy's making himself comfortable over here. And I think that's why people think I'm a liberal.
Bleeding heart liberal.
Bleeding, gushing out of the neck liberal.
So yeah, you should have the freedom to do whatever you want as long as it doesn't infringe on somebody else's freedoms. Then you're not. You're exercising your freedom, but you're taking freedoms away from another person, right?
Right, and it won't work.
That's where the government needs to step in and say, "That's where you stop the line." That's where we need government enforcement right there. Not saying, "How is my freedom to drive a car infringing on your freedoms?" Doesn't, right? That's just drive a car.
To drive a car,
right.
No. But if you're not taking care of that car, and it could be a potential danger for me who decides to walk, then...
Yeah, but again, that's another problem too, because we're talking about potential. Now we're talking about,
Well, it's not even... Well, let me take it back. It's not potential. It's indefinite. If you're not doing your emissions check, bro, it was annoying to breathe in that country. It was annoying.
Colombians that listen to this like, mother Jose.
I know, and I
Never
love the
come back.
Colombians. I love you guys, but
You never come back to our country.
never come back here. But the thing is, especially when you go to Bogota, shout out to Bogota, you're on a mountain, bro, and the mountain is so you're in like a bowl, and around you are mountains, so that air stays. It doesn't flush out. It stays sitting there.
Delicious.
So you're just constantly like, and the higher you go, the less oxygen there is, right? But there's pollution, emissions, and I'm just like, I was with I met a girl, and we're walking up a huge hill. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna make it. We're gonna have to take a cab because I can't breathe, and I'm fat and overweight. But
She's like, you Americans, you clean air. I was raised in this.
Yeah, exactly. They don't smell it. They have no idea. They live in it. And what's crazy is that every Sunday they stop to exercise and take care of their health. And I'm just like, in this air.
So forget about emissions. What about, I don't know, tires? Let's just say tires. How was my taking care of my tires infringing on you? Is the potential there for sure? There's a potential there.
I mean, bro, have you ever blown out a tire while driving?
Yes, on the highway.
How likely?
It was just me and my baby. The steering wheel jerked like sideways, and I jerked it back. I was like, oh. And then I immediately put my freaking hazards on. I pulled over. I didn't even pull over on the highway. I made sure I drove it to the next exit and got off. Because I was even scared to pull over on the highway. Car hit me from the back, you know? Somebody texting on their phone while they're driving.
You're proving the point right there.
Got off. Boom.
You're proving the point right there.
Yeah, but that's still, to me, that's potential. We're talking about something that either happened or didn't happen.
Well, that's the thing. It's not potential because if you don't take care of it, it's going to happen. It's not like it's going to magically grow more rubber.
No, of course. Yeah, but that's on you to fix it, right?
Right.
So now let's say the government said, okay, to pass inspection, you don't have to have perfect tires. But if your tires are bad, you know, let's say that it's flat. You know, they wear out, they're like flat, bald. If it's bald, then you get a fine, $100. So you get a $100 fine for tires, a $100 fine for emissions. You get a $100 fine for no blinker working, whatever. That's $300. So instead of paying your inspection $60, you could have passed it and just been done with your day. Now you got to pay $300. And in a month, we do an inspection again. If it hasn't been fixed, another $300. Now people are like, I got to make sure I take care of my car because I ain't paying no $300. You know what I'm saying? So before I even go to the inspection, I mean, even now we do it, but we're paying to pass it rather than paying to not get those fines. The incentive is there to make sure your thing is in tip-top shape now.
So by not charging to take care of it, you...
Think about it. Okay, think about it.
By not charging,
I'm trying to think how this works because
it would motivate the individual to take care of it because they won't get hit with a bigger fine.
Yeah. Otherwise, they wouldn't have to pay whatever.
So you're saying
how much is an inspection nowadays? Like $30?
Yeah, 37. I think it's 37. Yeah, 35. 36.
All right, let's say we make the inspection $10, cheap, right? And then as the government, you say, all right, you tell the mechanic, you keep everything, 100% profit on you, right? Every mechanic has to do inspections, right? You just have to make sure you keep your records in order, because if the guy tire pops, whatever, right? And then a report goes out, the government gets a report, they check his history of inspections, and if you pass them, then we're gonna have to inspect you or your other guys. It becomes an issue now. Now we gotta fine you for this, fine you for that. So for the mechanic, he's gonna have an incentive to make sure he only passes people that deserve to be passed. Because think about it, if you don't have to pass an inspection, how much you give the guy $60 and you pass it?
So I think that when it comes to the tires, because we keep
you know how
going
many
back
times
to
you know how many
tires.
times I passed inspection I wasn't supposed to? You pay whatever $60.
He said it, not me. If you want to find him, I could give you the address.
Because the guy's like, you gotta get whatever. You got new tires. Your tires, whatever. And I was like, pfft. He's like, you want to buy tires? I was like, nope. I don't have the money for that right now. Right. He's like, I could pass you. You give me $60. I was like, you go. Pass, done, get out of here. Make sure you get new tires. Now, if my tire blows and I crash into somebody, that mechanic doesn't have to pay no price. There's nobody watching over him. He could pass whoever he wants.
Well, the tires is a funny situation, which is why I think that mechanic and other mechanics are like, this is optional. Like, it could still...
Yeah.
The fact that he charged you might have been illegal.
Yeah, for sure. I've seen people pass his... My uncle used to be he's still a mechanic, technically. I've seen him while I'm there visiting him, talking to him, whatever, him taking the emissions out the back of one car and plugging it into the car right next to it so that car could pass emissions tests. I've seen it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So at the end of the day, we could all agree that corruption is.
Sure, it's the way of life.
It's the way of life. It doesn't get.
But
doesn't
now
go
there's
away.
an incentive for that mechanic to make sure that that car is in the condition that he says it's in, because he's gonna get what's the word
The
called?
full profit
Not the full profit. The when they come inspect you.
repetition.
No, when they come to inspect you, to check your record.
Audit.
He'll get audited if he knows that one of his guys that he passed has a problem with whatever, with crashing, whatever. Like you make it I'm just thinking on the fly right now.
Right.
Like if you get into an accident, then automatically they have to check all your inspection history.
Right.
Like it just comes down. You can use that in court to sue each other.
Wow.
So now the incentive there for you to make sure your thing's in tip-top condition, because you're going to lose money on the inspection if you got to pay for this. You lose money on the accident, and that guy could sue you if you failed inspection but you kept driving. Now he could sue you, right, for driving a dangerous vehicle.
Yeah.
Right.
So that guy can sue the inspector and
Now that financial weight is enough to be like, no, I'm not passing you unless you pass. And the guy driving the car is going to be like, I got to make sure my car's in tip-top condition. Again, this only applies to us. Rich people don't care.
they don't even drive.
Either way, they don't drive. They might even hire a company. The company got to make sure their car's in good condition.
Yeah. No, that's exactly how it happens. What? That's insane. Yeah. So, we basically covered a few topics on here. What did you say? What did you say you had planned? Oh, you're doing the school shopping. You said, right? Yeah.
So anyway,
Exciting.
real quick, the whole idea of making it financially incentive, that's very libertarian. That's like a libertarian
Mindset. He doesn't have silence for his phone.
Yeah, sorry.
That's a liberal mindset.
No, libertarian
A
way of
libertarian.
thinking. The fact that you make the market take care of the problems, because nobody wants to pay extra money. If you got a way to save money here, save money there, you're more likely to take that route rather than pay the extra. Right? Especially if there's some sort of fines or something. I mean, you have extreme libertarian. That means nothing. You don't need a license. You don't even need tires on your car. You drive on your freaking rims.
You're 4 years old? Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. You have people that are that extreme about freedom. I don't fit into that. That's what I'm saying. More. I don't know. I will call myself a conservative, libertarian. But even in that scale, I'm more on the left side of it. Like I'm very like, you still need rules. You know what I'm saying? We can't be
Left
wild.
side or the right side?
On the left side of that tiny.
That.
So like I would be, let's say you have the left and right. I'll be in the middle, libertarian. Within that, you have separations of types of libertarian. I'm the conservative. It's even smaller. And in that small section, I'm on the left side.
This guy's going to draw out a diagram for you guys just to show you where he's at. But yeah, I think I agree. You have to, at the end of the day, people, we need not guidance, but we need laws. We need we need to agree what we need to agree on.
Yeah.
And if it needs to be changed, then we need to at least agree to discuss it, address it.
Yeah.
But I think that for the most part, I feel as if people are being made more aware more now because of Trump than any other president.
It's only because it's Trump, though.
Right. Okay. So let's think about that, because when Obama was president, he was more like a celebrity. I wasn't really like much on politics and what's going on. It's like, this guy's just.
I remember going back and forth with people in church about Obama. And you know what's funny? I was the guy that was like, Obama's a nice guy. Chill.
It was just like a chill moment.
Just chill, yo.
It was just a chill moment. 8 years of just chilling. But now you got a white guy in there, who says a lot of crazy stuff. It's not that it's forced, but it's gotten a lot of individuals, both on the left and the right, to start paying attention to what's actually going on with the government. Would you agree?
Say it again?
Do you think that the media, I'm sorry, the people are more, are exposing themselves more to the issues at hand politically, socially than were when Obama was president.
Yeah, definitely.
Is that a positive? Would you consider that a positive?
Oh yeah, definitely consider that positive.
So
we should watch
off the back. The difference between Obama and Trump is that it was chill for 8 years.
I wouldn't say it's chill. It's just that it was overlooked.
Okay.
Because Obama had a lot of scandals that nobody talks about.
It was overlooked. Okay. I could.
Think about it. Obama used the presidency as a weapon against his opponents, right? Nobody talks about that. When the Tea Party came to prominence, I don't know if you guys remember the Tea Party. They were a right wing party, and they were gaining a lot of ground politically.
Foothold, yeah.
And Obama told the IRS, "I want you to look into these people and audit them and charge them this and do that." And it was very difficult for the Tea Party to gain more traction. Now, to me, that's a abuse of power. You know, that should be illegal. 100% that should be illegal. You know what I'm saying? But again, the media they didn't cover it. They barely even talked about it.
Right. So overlooked is a good word. I would actually agree with you on that. I'm just saying that it's not being overlooked now.
No, now every little fart Trump does.
But I also feel as if it's educating those individuals who were never into the topic in the first place.
Yeah.
How many videos do you see of individuals going out and asking questions to the general public and they don't know anything?
I know. It's insane.
That's
bro.
alarming.
It's insane, bro.
That's alarming. And
little stupid things like, what's the capital of America? They don't have no idea.
Who's the vice president right now?
No idea. Nobody knows.
No one knows. And that's the alarm.
I'm gonna tell you one thing they do know. They know they hate Trump.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but why do you hate Trump? I don't know. He's racist or something. I don't know. I heard in the news they said he's racist.
Do you think that that's gonna ever? Okay. Do you think that that's ever gonna be addressed? Are we gonna get? I'm sorry to say this. Are we gonna get stupider as a society?
They're saying that that's happening. They're saying that this is it's becoming a low IQ voter situation where they have minimum thoughts about the issue, right? So Obama to me was more, like you said, celebrity president because he was popular. Why did you like Obama? Oh, because he's a nice guy. He talks nice.
I like the videos where he would give the pound to other black people,
and
but
that was
shook
it.
the hands.
Exactly. So to them, that's all they needed.
That's the whole story. That was the most important thing.
And don't get me wrong, I like that stuff too. You know what I'm saying?
Don't get it twisted.
Now, but that's not the end of it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could easily, give you the pound with one hand and stab you in the back with the other. And that's what was going on. In front of everybody, he was like, yeah, we take, Obama sold guns to cartel members, right? It was FBI or CIA, whatever. They sold the guns to cartel members. Those cartel members, they were supposed to keep, the idea was to sell them the guns so that way they can sort of like catch them in a catch-22 and arrest them.
Yeah.
Never happened. They let them get away with the guns. Those cartel members used those guns to kill CIA people. Nobody said a word. It was called Operation Fast and Furious. Nothing. Nobody. Oh, we talked about it for like a day or two in the news, and that was it. Oh, it looked like there was a mistake that happened. It's not Obama's fault, all right. Meanwhile, Obama's on that sign. They're like, yeah, do it, go for it. The thing with Bin Laden. What's his name? Bush could have took out Bin Laden, but he didn't do it because it would have been what is it called? Like mass casualty. He's not 100% sure if he was there. It was a possibility. We could bomb it anyway. He decided not to. He's like, we'll catch him eventually. I'm not going to be the president when we catch him, but we'll catch him eventually. We'll leave it on. And, this is not, same thing with, even with Trump and the economy. This is not all 100% Trump that's leading this economy. This is some of Obama's doing that's leading into now. You know what I'm saying?
That's, taking into effect now through
exactly, yeah.
Through time.
So, yeah, sure, Trump had an impact. Definitely had an impact. Because when he became president, the stock market freaking skyrocketed, And it's because business people look at Trump like, oh, he's friendly for business.
Yeah.
Think about it. Look, you got to think about it like this. Everybody that's listening, who do you work for? Do you work for a poor person or do you work for a rich person? Right? Everybody that I know works for somebody that owns the business, that has money in their pocket. Rich people are giving to us whether we like it or not. They may not be, let's say they don't pay a lot of taxes, fine, but they're employing thousands of people that don't have to go on welfare. You know what I'm saying?
And yes, their agenda is to make more money.
Yeah. And because their agenda is to make more money is the only reason why they are where they are. They're chasing that money, and they're employing people as they go along the way. So yeah, we definitely have to support the rich people. Don't get it twisted. People look at rich people like they're evil. Just because you work hard and do something right doesn't mean that you're evil.
Right, and the question is, would those rich people, if they had a choice of making more money and not needing other humans?
They would definitely do that. For sure, yeah. But now, okay, let's go back to the immigration with the guy that killed the girl, right? The farmer said that they used the illegals because the Americans wouldn't do it because they pay too much money, right? You have to pay the illegals, they pay them less. First of all, so that should be a crime in itself. But that just shows you the business mentality that I'd rather pay the less amount of money to do the work than pay the most amount of money to do the work.
Well, then the argument is also that the ones who are legals don't want to work.
Oh yeah, they don't want to work.
They don't want to do that job.
So
what's the dream?
So let's just imagine there was no illegals, right? Just American citizens, and they're asking for a high amount of money for the farmer to pick whatever carrots. Now think of the farmer's perspective. Now, if when I had the illegals, I could pay 100 illegals to do the work and get it done. I'm employing 100 people.
Right.
Now that I have the American citizens, they want more money. I can afford less of them to do the work. But to save even more money, if I buy a machine, I could do, almost all their jobs with this one machine. I just got to pay 1 or 2 guys to run the machine.
Right.
And I got a machine, right? If the farmer got the illegal members doing all the work, is he going to think of the machine? He's like, no, I'm good. We got everything we're taking care of here. He's only thinking of the machine when he has to pay a lot of money. Then he's like, I got to think of a better way to save this money.
Right, when your overhead exceeds your profit margin.
Exactly.
So, okay, all right, so...
And this is why, to me, minimum wage is like, we're pushing it. We're pushing it to a point where rich people are going to be like, I'd rather get a kiosk in a McDonald's than pay a person at register.
Which is happening.
Yeah, which it's definitely happening.
It's already happening.
And it was said years ago, this is going to happen if you make it too high. You want to save money. And everybody can say that. Any person listening can think of this. If you can afford a machine to do a job instead of paying a person, I'd rather buy the machine. Get it done.
Why should I, Generation Y, Z, whatever it is, why should I bother going to school when I could just pick the carrots and I'm making great money?
What? Oh, yeah. Exactly.
Why would I do that?
Yeah.
Why would I do that? It's decent money, and I don't have to learn or read anything.
Yeah, I don't have to go to school. I don't have to advance and the people don't understand, and they don't look past their own noses when they say, if you're paying somebody, $15 an hour to work at McDonald's, right? That person making $15 an hour, they're good. They don't need to get an education. They don't need to do anything.
That's
right?
what I'm saying.
Their kids can also work at McDonald's.
Right, so what's the incentive of going to school?
Yeah, exactly.
Like the Osborne lady said, who's going to clean your toilets, Donald Trump?
Yeah, that's my favorite. One of my favorite things in the world. But, so the thing is, you're paying somebody 15, whatever. Their kids are probably going to grow up doing the same thing and over and over and over. There's no, that generational wealth that you're passing down to the next generation is not going to happen. You just stagnated it. You found a middle ground where there's not going to be somebody that's going to achieve higher to pass down wealth to their children. You just get a job at McDonald's. You're good. I don't need to buy a house or pass down whatever my savings. You get a job at McDonald's. You're good.
Yeah. Why would you even bother going to? You don't need to read.
You just gotta have a high school diploma or GED.
Some basic math, and you're good. Basic English.
Yeah,
you're perfectly fine.
You train you the job. You're good.
Which is why I'm looking at Mario Cuomo's campaigning and all that, and education for everybody. I'm like, then what's the value of it? If it's free, what's the value of it?
Unless you got an education, this to me seems the only solution. New York City got free education, college, whatever. You do all that, get it all, then move to a state where it's not free. Now you have something that most of them don't have. It's not valuable in New York because everybody got it. But if you go somewhere where it's not a lot of it, then you're ahead of the game over there. So instead of being in a big pond with a lot of big fish, you go to a small pond and you are the big fish. You know what I'm saying? So you're more attractive to employers in that area.
But if you keep that model and everyone does it, then there's a problem too, though.
Yeah, that'll only last, whatever. That'll last a while.
It'll last a while, but the bubble will pop.
Yeah, but it'll last for you. Maybe your kids. After that, they got to figure it out. By then, political things will change. Left and right, states left and right will switch. They go back and forth. You know what I'm saying? So things might change anyway, But everybody's going for a socialist view of things, you know?
So the bottom line is your vote is dependent on you first and foremost and your immediate family.
You should, yes, for sure. You should always, the first step you should take always is, how does my family benefit?
How does my family, the generations, the lineage of, my decision making now impact them first and foremost?
And a lot of people don't think, am I willing to take a hit so my kids can benefit later on? While I might not even be around. I'm willing to live the poor life now so my kids can live up a step up from me. And a lot of people don't want. They want the fast money. I want money now. I want money. You see that now with guys over here, man. They want to sell drugs and make that quick money. They don't even think about the fact that if I get arrested, my kid's going to be a single father. I don't know what kind of life he's going to live now. He's going to be in the street looking for a dad that's in jail. You know what I'm saying? He's going to look for the love of father that he doesn't have because I'm in jail. It's better for me to work in the bodega making $10 an hour rather than selling drugs making whatever, $100 an hour. Because I'm helping my child in the long run. You know what I'm saying? People don't think like that. I'd rather take that hit now. I'd rather live poor, spend much time as I could with my kids, and invest in them as much as I can. That way, when they grow up, they're better off than I was. You know what I'm saying? Nobody read a book to me when I was a little kid. I read to my books every day. Read books to my kids every day. And they already know. My little one especially, he likes to play Minecraft. He just got into it like maybe last couple months.
Right.
Whatever. So he knows if he wants to play the video games, he has to bring me 3 books and I'll read the 3 books and then he can play. Right. This is something that actually my wife started. So now every time he wants to play video games, I already know because he shows up with 3 books. Right. Whatever. Dr. Seuss, whatever. And some of those books are so long, it's excruciating to go through the book especially because if I read those books 100 times. I don't even have to read the book. I can just tell you what the book is. I know what the freaking...
But for his sake.
For his sake, I'll just sit down and read with him. And he kind of knows the book now because now I point at the words and he kind of gets it. You know what I'm saying? And whatever. That's the kind of investment a lot of people don't make. I get nothing... I get no benefit from it myself. Except for, the joy of being there with my kid, whatever. But I'm not making money off this action. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing for me.
But you are getting the benefit of knowing that this action will result in a better version of the person you care about the most and making it easier for him or her.
Yeah. So hopefully this gamble, because you never know if it's going to be an effect or not. This gamble works and he becomes a reader. Because kids nowadays read because they're on their phones.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we can't say, they're not reading. They may not be reading books, but they are reading.
Yeah.
Even though they might be reading the half-ass spelling of some other kid online. You
right.
know what I'm saying? But they're still reading, They're just not reading books. Which, whatever. If you're on your phone, figure out a way to make your kid read digital books.
Yeah.
Right? So we got a Kindle.
Kindle.
Whatever. I put... the Kindle Isaiah has like maybe 100 books on it. Does he read it? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? He's mostly reading whatever IGN puts online or something.
Right. Whatever post came out.
Whatever. As long as he's reading, I don't care. Every once in a while I'll catch him reading something about some video game. And I'm like, okay, some of those words are bigger, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? Like they're intense.
For his level, so he's probably Googling it.
Yeah, exactly. So to me, I'm like, whatever. He's reading. Whatever. I don't know. I just think you have to... As people, we have to think of bigger than ourselves rather than being very selfish. And I said this before. People are just naturally selfish. Everybody wants it for themselves.
But I think that if people are selfish, but the selfishness is guided, or the motive behind the selfishness is for their offsprings to prosper, and I don't think that's a bad thing.
No, but I was saying with the drug dealer guy, whatever.
Right.
His incentive is his own pockets, right? His incentive is he's being selfish, and he's just not thinking fully. He's thinking the immediate. I need the money now because my son needs diapers now. He's not thinking of the fact that I need to spend time with my kids, or if I get arrested, my son's childhood is probably going to be shot. And that's going to affect the rest of his life. He's not thinking in that way. And that's the issue we have. We need to think in a more holy, not holy like church holy, like, a fully way of.
As a whole, you got to look at the whole perspective. If you can step outside of the box, that not only he's thinking about the here and now, he's not thinking about all the ramifications of this action.
Yeah.
In not only to his own immediate family, but to the people he's selling to too, right?
Yeah, he's ruining their lives.
He's ruining. He's not ruining it. He's being an avenue for them to ruin their own lives.
Yeah, he's enabling them.
He's an enabler based on his own selfishness for his own immediate family, not realizing the whole, the whole picture exactly. And I think that's where a lot of extreme lefts are and a lot of extremes right are.
Yeah.
That they're so extreme, they're not looking at the whole picture.
And also, we say extreme. A lot of them have the same. They want the same goal. They just want to. They want to do it differently, and they think of it differently. But the goal is the same. They want a family.
At the end of the day, the left, the right, anyone in the middle. At the end of the day, if you ask them, what are the three most important things in life for you? My life.
Yeah, your own life. Yeah, because if you're not alive, then
right. So we'll start with that one. My life is the most important thing. What else?
My freedom to do whatever I want.
Do whatever I want, and the other is
the pursuit of happiness. The American dream. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Get it.
Viva America.
Viva thebasementny.com. That's funny. We did it in Mexican.
Mexican.
We did it.
Are you from the South, nigga?
I'm headed out there. I'm headed out to the South, so we'll find out soon enough. Wow. But yeah, man, I'm heading out to Florida. I'm doing a little road trip with my son. I'm supposed to be driving right now. I still got to edit these videos and put them out there. I'm just gonna make them. I'm just gonna do the YouTube with a static image. That way I could get it out to you by the day.
So you do it like on your little laptop.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the SD.
Surface,
I'm gonna take the Surface with me, go on the road, and at nighttime I'll do it. So I would suggest put that episode.
Why'd you even put the cameras up then?
No, this one I'm gonna put video,
okay,
but I'll take my time with it because you'll put last week's episode. You put the episode that I'll do now.
Yeah, I put it tonight.
You put it tonight, and then this one throw it out a few days later. So there's something in between. By the time I get back, we'll have another episode to record. And
the special episode.
We'll have the special episode and another mini episode. But yeah, we do have a special episode as we mentioned before. This one is like 2 hours? Dumb long. I'm sweating a storm in here. I can't breathe.
Freaking Bogota up in here, nigga.
But I'm out of here. I'm about to go see the senoritas with the flowers in their hairs down in Florida. Hello. I'm going to go out there with my son. We'll check out Orlando, Universal. Never been there. And when we get back, we're going to jump back on it. We were a little skittish this month because of the kids, vacation, stuff like that.
It's hard when there's no school.
It's hard, exactly. And when you're trying to get, your vacation, your family time, your fun time in, because summer is 2 months, literally. Yeah. So we'll be back in full force. Check us out at thebasementny.com. You got anything else?
That's it.
That's it. Peace. Enjoy your weekend.